I left her 2 actual phone messages today, or since I got up in the morning. And I got up in plenty of time for when we were going to go for visiting hours, if we were going. Left her 2 phone messages, and I just walked Omar for 37 minutes. I'd already taken him out in the yard earlier, and he did his poo-poo, and then he did another poo-poo at the very end of our walk, and we got home here in the yard. So he's good. While I was walking Omar, I even texted the woman. I texted her. And now I'm not going to bother her anymore. That's it. I told her earlier in the week that Auntie wasn't planning on visiting my mom at all, and why. I told her earlier in the week that Auntie wasn't planning on going with me to see my mom's doctor and social worker in person, or at least the social worker. I called her last night, left a message. Please, just leave me a message. Just let me know whether or not we're going. It's not unheard of for her to have not returned my call last night. She does that. Remember, she goes to church today, but to not call me at all now, she has family around here, maybe some kind of emergency. Because she wouldn't do this. She wouldn't just not call me and let me know what was going on. But it's very frustrating. It's absolutely beautiful out today. We've had the weirdest weather this winter. Weirdest weather. It's beautiful out. And this is the rest of my drink from the other night. I have no idea how many ounces of vodka is in it. No idea. Am I going to drink it? Yeah. Why not? You said you weren't going to drink for a long time. Yeah, I say a lot of things. I say a lot of things, don't I? Maybe I don't fucking care. Maybe I think it would be interesting to become an alcoholic. Really, I just don't fucking care. It's so frustrating for me, Didn't go last week. She was paranoid that it was total paranoia on our part, and she admitted it, because her car is fine, and the chances of us breaking down on the highway in the freezing cold weather are slim to none. And then she's like, but no one can, because it's in the... And I said, but you don't mind going around here? No, because I could call someone to come get us, but in the middle of the highway, it'd be over an hour for AAA, and there's no one to come get you, and et cetera, et cetera. I told you that this place is far away, so I understood. I wasn't upset. But since we didn't go last week, I was positive we'd be going this week. And it's very frustrating for me to not hear from her, to not know one way or the other. We've already passed the time we would be leaving. I hate if someone doesn't, because I don't do that to anybody unless I'm in the state of an emergency, and I can't. I'm not hearing from her. I texted because I'm thinking, oh my God, maybe there's something wrong with my phone. It's not ringing, but that doesn't happen. I have the volume on high. I'm not hearing from her, people. I don't understand it. Bad happened. I can't imagine she just would be this rude unless she has a really good reason. Again, it doesn't have to do with her, because she does have family around here. What do you do with the fucking phone? See how agitated I am? I should just call that French photographer. He has an open invitation for me to call him. He knows about my mom. He said, I'm sorry about your mom, you can call me if you want to talk. He said that, a month ago, whenever Mom was in the hospital. And then, you know, from the other video, I wrote to him, "Where's my phone, Omar?" I wrote to him, I got drunk. Shit, I'm drunk. So maybe I'll get drunk and call him. See, Auntie does. Auntie knows I'm concerned. Auntie sent me a text yesterday. She did have the receptionist email the director of nursing explaining that we have heard from no one about my mom and we want to call back. Good. If she knows. Remember, Auntie did get back from, Auntie doesn't want to go in person. I understand. You know, I just wasn't expecting that because I'm just thinking from my perspective, I would, you know, I'd hop in my car if I had one in a second and go and visit with my mom's doctor and social worker in person, okay? So, you know, whatever, she doesn't want to do it, but she did, the second she got back from her vacation, she did fax over the healthcare proxy, a copy of it. Probably, I'm sure she didn't just do that without a note, you know, I'm back from vacation, please contact me. And now she knows via me that I have left message after message from my mom's social worker. No one gets back to us. What the fuck? See, Auntie knows I'm concerned, and Auntie told them we've heard from nobody. It's not our fault, you know who, if we try. Oh. She knows to whom I'm referring. It's not our fault. Auntie and I are trying. If no one gets back to us, they're being rude. I even gave him 2 options. I said, Auntie or me, here's her phone number. No one. Nobody. Nobody contacts us. So now Auntie went down to business, didn't she? The head of nursing, she emailed them. We've heard from nobody regarding my mother. It's not like my mom's in there and doesn't have family. A lot of people wind up in section in mental hospitals. They don't have any family who cares. You get it? There's no goddamn fucking reason we're not hearing from a goddamn fucking soul. And it's really on the social worker. We're not hearing from the social worker. So now Auntie maybe got the social worker in trouble because I've left message after message and nothing. Besides the fact that, I understand no one's picking up the phone when I call. I've called at different times. You know, I understand that part. I've called different days at different times, but no one picking up the phone is one thing because they're busy or, you know, the social worker's busy, but to not return my calls, just... And again, Auntie did it right away. She got back on Sunday, and that Monday, she faxed over the copy of the healthcare proxy. And so you got to understand, if she's doing that, I'm sure she left a note too. She wouldn't just fax it over. I'm sure it's, I'm back from vacation. If you want to contact me regarding my sister. You know, and nothing. Nothing. That means the woman had all week to get back to one of us. And I've left concerned messages. You understand, if I leave a message, even if it is after hours, and that was only once that I did that, but think about it. If I leave a concerned message, and you don't get back to me all week, what the fuck? Okay? I've given you plenty of time. You can contact me at any time. If you don't reach me, I check my messages all the time. I will get, you know, nothing. So then on Thursday, I left a message after hours. The woman would have all, and the woman would have had all day Friday to get back to me or to Auntie, because I gave her an option, one or the other. Nothing. Nothing. So then I left another message on Friday. I called early enough that they would be there, you'd think. People usually don't go home at least till like 4 or 5. I think I called around 3. And then I didn't reach anybody. And as an aside, I have reached the old social worker around that time, so it's not necessarily that the woman's not around. I've tried at different times, people. Okay? But whatever. And then it's like, now I'm getting frustrated. I'm like, I don't understand why neither my aunt nor why we haven't heard from you. We want to know what's going on with my mom. So I've pushed it. I've left message after message, and now Auntie knows I've left message after message. And look what Auntie did. She reported them. She reported, went to the head of nursing. We've heard from nobody regarding my mom. I just read this text from her. She came yesterday, but I didn't read it. I went in to make sure that woman, because I don't understand. I do not understand what's going on with my mom's church friend, why she's not returning my calls, why she's not getting back to me. I don't get it. I don't get it. This is so fucked. I'm not going to bother her anymore. I know that my phone's working. I haven't received any messages. It's on high. Almost taken care of. He got peppers. Went to the bathroom. Took him for a walkie. Don't get it. Oh, you damn now know we'll hear from someone tomorrow now. I'm sure it'll be Auntie, because she's the healthcare proxy. Now she's reported her. He's reported my mom's social worker. Just the fact that the mom's social worker, when I've left concern messages and blah, 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 whatever, doesn't get back to either me or Auntie, tells you, yeah, like we really want to go and meet her in person, you know? And generally, I think it's just the social worker. The doctor's too busy. You don't get to meet with the doctor. I don't know. A couple of years ago, when it was only the social worker we met with, not her doctor. Back when I was so, and I went with the advocate, and my mom's outside the nut house social worker. I've left concern messages, including, you know, they only keep you for so long. What are you planning on doing with her? Are you going to commit her? What's happening? And I don't know what those papers were she signed in the beginning. Maybe those papers were to override, you know, they say, you know, if you don't sign these, we could keep you, no, but maybe they were to override so they won't have to go through the process of committing, or maybe she already signed herself in indefinitely, you don't know. They tricked them. In which case, but we need to know. We don't know anything, me and Auntie. You know? It's like they have my mom prisoner and won't even communicate their plans with us regarding her. Very, very frustrated. It's not like my mom's friend to not even get back to me. Especially since, like I said, I called and left a message in the middle of the week just to let her know that she and I, that Auntie wasn't planning on visiting. My mom had also pretty much, you're all I have, you know. And then I called her last night, left a message. Remember, when I call, and I'm hoping that she picks up the phone, but she doesn't, so I leave a message. And last night it was like wondering if we're going to go see my mom tomorrow. Please let me know. Just leave. You can just leave a message. Not like you can't. You have to call me up and talk or whatnot. Just leave a message. But But now to not hear from her today, this is fucked. This is fucked. It's getting later and later. I don't understand what happened. And if she doesn't have a good excuse, I'll be hurt. Because it's just common courtesy. I wouldn't do that to anybody. You just, especially if someone's counting on you and she knows I'm counting on her, you just call me. Whatever your reason is, you can't go. It's your personal reason. But to not call me at all, it's just... So hopefully everything's alright. I don't want to think anything bad happened, but I also don't want to think she's just not being this rude to me, you know?